What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck Club. What's going on, everybody? Give people some time to come in. Hey, butterfly girl, how you doing? You are first. You are first. Give people time to come on in here. Hey, Pamela, how you doing? Woo, y'all ready? Listen, Mama couldn't go live yesterday because I have to work and all. But today I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop. I'm done until tomorrow. Y'all see the title? Oh, we here for it. Quality. How you doing, honey? Hey, Buck baby, how you doing? Shout out to my fantastic mods. Y'all have the best mods on YouTube, on earth. My mods are awesome. Hey, Lynette, how you doing? How you doing? JC, I'm here. Welcome aboard. Hey, Quality. Y'all, please make sure you go check out Quality's YouTube channel. He is funny, okay? And if you have YouTube channels, you guys know I'm one. I don't mind you all posting the links to your channels here. That's, I think, how it should work in the YouTube community. Let's help to build each other up. It's a whole lot of stuff to talk about. We all have our own styles and personalities. Let's encourage each other. Give each other shout outs. Recognize each other. Say hello. Be nice. Be kind. Put your YouTube link in the chat for me. If I have mods in here, can you please drop Quality Reacts YouTube channel in here. Whomever else has a YouTube channel, please don't be shy. Drop your YouTube channel in here. We love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, you all. We're gonna start off with this weird fire. I'm gonna get through some comments. I'm gonna try my best to kind of stay on pace tonight because it's gonna be a good one. If you guys are seeing the title, it's gonna be a good one. And you all know Mama be working up some stuff when I'm not online. Did you all see the post today? Oh, Quality, I FOIA'd the FBI. I filed a FOIA request to the FBI. I want the FBI subpoena that they sent over to the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity for that $500,000 youth grant. I just want the subpoena, to be honest with you. If you have not heard or tuned in, let me tell you something. All in the Q did a fantastic 2-hour plus live stream video about the youth grant, the at-risk youth grant. Is called the Project Plan B Youth Violence Prevention Grant that was granted to Thornton Township, where they put Siggy over that grant and nobody maintained the financials for like invoices and receipts. Robert Hunt's still in trouble. I'm gonna keep saying that because he is. And she went through that all the documents she had. She FOIA. She went through it. That was a fantastic live stream. Shout out to you all in the queue. I appreciate the great content, the information that you bring to your platform. That video should have 1 million views. It should go viral. It's that good. I kept saying, "Oh, this is good stuff." So you guys take time to check out All in the Queue. If I have any mods here that can drop the link to her YouTube channel as well, please do so. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to put the link to that actual video. That video was so good. Well done. Well done, All in the Queue. Well done. Share and copy. And do we have Quality's YouTube channel in? If not, I can grab it while I'm posting links. Let me grab Quality's as well. Quality, thank you for coming in and tuning in with Mama and chilling out with me. It's so hard for me to during the week to react. I'm trying to type this thing up. My bad. It's so hard for me to do videos and react to check out content and stuff during the week like that because I still have a regular job and plus kids. My son is hoping to stay up late because I'm doing my show. Yeah, he's sitting looking right at me, just hoping he don't like I don't notice. I'm still up. I told him he can stay up just a little late, not too much, but just a little late, just a little late. But you guys check out Quality Reacts. Absolutely hilarious. I'm very proud. I've been able to watch your channel grow too. I don't know if you noticed, but I mean, when he was posting up status of the subs and supporters he had, the first time I caught it, he was at like 10,000, and now he's at 27.7 thousand. He didn't pass me. So you guys make sure you check him out. Like I said, I'm always going to, you know, show some love to you all. Show love to YouTubers out there. If you're not doing anything weird, just being extremists and hating and all this other nonsense. Like, no, we're not with all that. But you're just a good content creator. I have no problem looking out, especially when you take the time to show up for the Lady Luck Club show. We have fun here and laugh. I laugh a lot. So if you don't like me laughing, you can kick rocks. I don't know what to tell you. Hello, I don't know what to tell you. Oh man. So let's get through some comments today. I hope you guys have had a great day today. Now that I've gotten them links in, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Hey Nita, hey Gerald, how you doing? Good evening to all of you. Hey Carla Minta Carter. Ooh, Carla Minta Carter. Am I saying that? What a name! That's awesome. I love unique names. Joy Mill House Solutions. Hey LLC, what's going on? What's going on? Pam's in the house. Everybody hit that like button. 81 people watching. Hit that like button. I know other people are streaming, but I don't care. I'm streaming tonight, and we're gonna have a good show. We got a lot of information. So I did put in the FOIA request to the FBI to get that FBI subpoena. I posted it up so you all can see that. And when that comes in, that will be available to members only. So, yep, because I told you all, members only is about to get lit. LLC readers will be on point. It's about to get lit. And I wanted to make sure that the LLC readers are getting some good tea and good content up in there. You guys paid at $4.99. I bless God for it. I appreciate it. And hoping to be able to migrate to where I can do this full time. And imagine me doing this full time. Ooh, child, please. We'll be doing court documents and FOIA and get to the point where we're traveling and doing vlogs, man. We'll be all over the place. I can do this full time. Heck yeah. It's gonna be on point. Hey Annie, how you doing? Thank you once again for the cash app you sent. I got a couple other cash apps that came through. I'm sorry. I want to thank you all for the cash apps. Please, don't think that I forget about the contributions to the cash apps and Zelle that you all send. You guys can see my mind goes 1,000 miles a minute when I'm doing the live, but I want to thank you all for the cash app, Zelle, donations and contributions. It really does go towards the channel and it helps. Every bit helps, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the supers. Thank you for the support, the memberships. Thank you all so much. And I appreciate that. There's a lot of us out here, but you guys can choose to rock with me. Hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. We got a great show lined up today. Quality. That's what we are here for. We got to show love to the reactors. And I always show love to your channel. Now show love to yours. Thank you so much. And I'm so proud of you and proud of the growth that you're doing over there on your channel. And he is a ton of fun, y'all. He is so fun. So I appreciate you so much. Butterfly Girl, yes, I did. Thank you all so much. Love me some Quality. Look at this. And this is what happens when, YouTubers are able to come together and we're able to just have some fun and good time. We bring some of our supporters with us. So I appreciate that. So we got some supporters here that love Quality. And I am appreciative of y'all tuning in. Appreciate you. It's my turn. All right, let's get to it. Hey, Detective Ray, how you doing? Thank you so much. Thank you, moderator. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Detective Rach, for dropping all in the queue. Because I listen, y'all have to watch that video regarding that grant. She's got the documents, okay? And y'all know how I am. I'm big on reading the documents and stuff. Just like we got William Reed's full indictment and some payroll information. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh man, we're gonna go over that indictment. Yeah, people, listen. I'm gonna say what I'm about to say when we go over there because people really think that reading is fundamental. I'm gonna say it now. Reading is fundamental to all the super stupid goons out there. Reading is fundamental, but what helps is your understanding of what the hell you read. Because otherwise, if you don't understand what you've read or comprehend it, you're just reading words on a paper, trying to prove a moot point that every judge in a court of law would laugh at you for. Stop challenging the queen. He's trying to take I appreciate you taking my moniker. I'm flattered, but you don't understand what you read and you don't comprehend it. It means nothing. Because they keep trying to deflect. We're not doing it. We're not deterring to deflecting the accountability that is sure to come upon super stupid's head. Nope. And we're gonna go over some of the odd behavior tonight because we're gonna go over the interview, you guys. I posted the video up of the interview itself, but I have not done commentary on it. So I told you all last year she lost her mind, but for good reasons. I said this last year. Thank you so much, Detective Rach, for the links for rocking. Thank you so much. Welcome, Quality. Thank you so much, Detective Rach, for holding it down. I appreciate you. Y'all, what Lauren? I have some great minds. It's my turn. He is super hilarious yet truthful. Absolutely. And that's what I love. I discern genuine authenticity, people who are just direct. They just tell it like it is. You don't need to sugarcoat, because I don't mince words. When I say something, you ask me, did you say that? Yes. And I'm gonna sleep peacefully. And I ain't gonna bother me. Yes, I meant it. It is what it is. Hey, Million with opinion. You just, child, I'm gonna shout you out anyway. What you talking about? Don't shout me out. I'm just in the cut. You can just enjoy it. I'm not listening. I'm gonna let you sit back and enjoy it. But of course, I'm gonna give you a shout out. What's wrong with you? Y'all, Million with opinion came up on the platform a couple weeks back and had a good time. We had a good time. Y'all make sure y'all check out Million with Opinion. Please drop his channel link in the chat if you can. Thank you to the new member, Consuela. You want to see that FBI subpoena, don't you? Yeah, I posted that post up, man, and and I even tagged the FBI in it. I'm not playing with y'all over there, FBI. Y'all better send me that damn subpoena. I want that subpoena, damn it. Everybody, no one has a copy of the actual subpoena that was sent over to Illinois DCEO. I haven't seen the actual subpoena. I want the subpoena. I want that. So that's gonna be something else. Thank you. Shout out to you, Consuela, for the new membership. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. My YouTube channel is all my business. If you want to drop the link, you can. There you go. Get some views and some people come your way, and hopefully some business and everything else. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, Storm, how y'all doing? Thank you so much, Detective Rach, for holding it down. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? How was your day? Y'all good? Good evening to, hey, Karen, another great mod here. Good evening, LLC mods and chats. I will not see any of that. Oh, okay. It's like, what is your Zelle? My Zelle is LadyLuckClubLLC at yahoo.com. I'm going to type it in for you. At yahoo.com. And I also have Cash App. The Cash App tag is LLC. I'm sorry. The Cash App tab is Lady Luck Club LLC. There you go. So that all goes towards the channel. I even report that on my taxes. I don't play around with that, y'all. Lexi. Oh man, I love him. He have me rolling. Yes, y'all. When quality starts getting in supers, it just it gets us all excited. We all get excited, and then the supers keep coming. He rolling himself in the background, dropping just no, no. Child be laughing. I said, oh, this is so adorable. Them supers just come in back to back to back to back to back. But you know what? He made a good point, quality, and I'm glad you said this. YouTube does take a percentage of the supers that we receive. So if you send over a super thanks, uh, a super sticker, a super chat, they get a percentage of that. I think he said something along the lines of 30%, right? And so the thing is with that though, when you're seeing these supers show up in the live streams, it gets people amped up. It gets people excited. People start to see, oh wow, people supporting this channel and they're supporting, the YouTuber, and they must be doing some great things over here. It's almost infectious. It's contagious. I love it. And the excitement of it all. And he said something that was so profound. And one of the things I absolutely just adore. He said, I would rather take the percentage cut and get those supers where you see the people in the live streams just getting excited and just being so grateful and appreciative of the supers, and take a percentage cut than to get the Cash App and the Zelle and the outside payments and stuff. And I say, you know what? That is absolutely right. Because I tell you all right now, it still takes me aback when I see someone become a member or throw out a super sticker, super chat. It's exciting. It's exciting. And it's like, man, it just gives some inspiration as well, because people see that there are some investing in the channel and they get to see that in real time. So thank you, quality. You see, you're teaching us stuff and you don't even know you are. Look at that. That was such a blessing to hear. And you continue to stay along that path, young man, and God is going to bless that channel tremendously, just like he's going to bless everyone else is doing it for the right reason, with the right goal. I always pray God bless this channel, and just for me to have some of the greatest supporters, even if it's 30,000, if all 30,000 are supporting the channel, child, that's no different than having 100,000 and you only got 25,000 that's regular. So it's just all about the love and the support. And I appreciate every single supporter here, every single member, everyone that donates. I appreciate you all, even the haters watching in the bushes. Y'all ain't got to be in the bushes. I don't block comments like that unless you're being dumb or something. You got to threaten my life or something like that, and just be insulting to the point where it's unbearable to my mods, because you're not going to disrespect my mods. But most times I don't block the trolls and stuff. I use them for target practice. You giving me energy. That's what you do. Keeping me on my toes. I don't believe in the restricting of free speech. I would never ever be a proponent of that. I don't have to agree with you. We don't, because we're not all the same. We're all different. But at the end of the day, you don't have to hide in the bushes. It's not necessary. And I just, I'm beyond the whole cliquish non-stuff. Child, please. It's a YouTube community. Everybody can get over and be fine. We be all right. Let's keep going. Robert Hunt is MIA. What's up with that? Does he still work there? He's still on the payroll. If he MIA, Patricia, they need to stop paying his ass. Robert Hunt, you need to show your black ass up and explain some of these budget reports, because those numbers sound very fudged. I mean, you really think that no one knows how to do simple mathematics? Come on, bro. We all know you know you want to be a whistleblower. Now you want to blow a whistle. Everybody getting caught up and in trouble. They want to blow a whistle now. I hope you all know, for those that are blowing whistles, Keith Freeman, Stan Brown, Robert Hunt, Squidworth. I hope you all understand that the investigators or detectives of any agency, of any police department unit, cannot guarantee or promise you that you will not see the inside of a prison cell. They cannot, by federal law, promise you that. So if you're looking at some charges, Keith Freeman, potato head, Lacey, just because you cooperate, only because you don't want to go to prison, doesn't mean that you will be absolutely spared from prison. There's what's called a sentencing chart that is used in every court. Some laws in each states vary based on the number of years you could face, depending on the charge and the severity and the number of counts of that charge. But no FBI investigator, detective is ever going to tell you, if you cooperate with us, you will not go to prison. They can't guarantee you that. The AG, the DA, or a prosecutor are the ones that bring forth the charges to the court. They're the ones that you and your attorney will make a plea deal with. But some of you might get a plea deal that still might involve some prison time. And this is why I went over Alex Snitchoff, because I want people to understand the similarities in the things that he was charged with in his indictment based on the FBI subpoenas of what's being investigated was super stupid in Dolton and Thornton. And even with a plea deal, Alex Snitchoff still went to prison for 5 years. They wanted him for 7+. So he's in prison for 5 years with a plea deal. So understand that nobody should be telling you you're not going to prison if you cooperate. They lying like hell. No, they ain't gonna have that. They lying like hell, because the first thing the judge is gonna ask you, if you do a plea deal, they're gonna say, were you coerced or force of any sort, or have any agreement that was promised to you in exchange for your testimony or cooperation today? The answer is gonna be a yes or a no. That's it. So you get in there saying, well, they told me I wouldn't go to prison. What the hell are we doing? Like, your whole testimony and all that cooperation might be deemed inadmissible. Understand what's going on with you. Talk to your attorneys and ask them questions and understand what you're caught up in. Don't think just saying I'm a whistleblower is going to keep you out of prison. That's not how it works. Two judges. Did y'all see the news? 2 judges were charged in the last day or two? They arresting judges now. You think they're gonna sit here and spare a Keith Freeman or a Robert Hunt? Hell no. They arrested 2 judges within the last 2 days. Please understand, they're not gonna spare y'all black asses. You kidding me? They're gonna be like, bro, we got 2 judges that we've just arrested within the last 2 days. I mean, don't listen. Yeah, y'all playing around. They handle federal cases at that. You know, potato head Lacey, you don't have a shot in hell. They arrested 2 judges. All right, y'all, let's keep going. Oh man, this is gonna be good. Y'all, listen, I didn't get the chance to do a live stream yesterday. I'm coming full force. I'm coming full force. Hey, Foxy Roxy, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah, no, if he's not showing up at work, to me, it's just, unless they allow him to work remote, that could be a possibility, or he could be on leave or vacation or something like that. I don't think that being a whistleblower means that you get paid time off automatically. So if he's off, he took off. But, the only thing it guarantees you is that you cannot be retaliated against by being terminated or written up, or, get any consequences because of your cooperation, because you decide to blow the whistle. Don't say anything about you being able to just not show up at work and still get paid. Hell no. So he better show up at work if you want to get, unless he, like I said, unless he on PTO, we got vacation, sick time, something like that, FMLA, I don't know. But a lot of people seem to be MIA. Like, he will not be named in the Lady Luck Club. I honestly don't care if he show up. I'm gonna be honest with you, but a lot of people being MIA right now. Thank you all so much. We're gonna get started. I don't want this. We're already 25 minutes in. I don't want to keep you off forever. It's gonna be a nice little live stream though. They handing out indictments. Yes, they are, and I'm excited. Nathan, how you doing? Shooby dooby doo. I knew exactly what that was. There you go. Shooby dooby doo. All right. Hey, Carolyn, how you doing? How you doing? Norma, how you doing? What's going on? Thank you, Pamela. Thank you so much. Y'all, look at this. This is what I'm talking about right here. Oh my God. Thank you. What's going on? What you doing up late? You doing messy? Messy Michonne in the house. Come on now. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know you're ready to see that indictment. We're gonna get to it. We about to get to it. Joycey Rivers, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, Buck Baby. Thank you, Quality. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Look, if I could wrap myself around in a green screen, I would. You're epic, and Mama loves you. Thank you so much. Someone please make sure Messy Michonne's YouTube channel, another fantastic content creator. Link is in the chat. Thank you all so much. Man, this is awesome. You see what I'm saying? It's just fantastic. Minion with Opinion. Make sure you all put his YouTube channel as well. We got a whole lot of channels to put in there. All right, Lee, how you doing? Hey, Jeff, fantastic mod. Foxy. So if you guys have any questions or anything while I'm going through this information, you got the fantastic mods here. That will certainly catch my attention in case I don't see your comments and stuff, because I'm ready to get to it. We're going to get through this information because everybody's waiting to see that damn indictment. So thank you all. Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. I just want to make sure I got, hey, Laura, I've been waiting on you. She said, well, hell, I'm late. Hey, Kandia. Yo, we got about 5 or 6 good mods up in here. So you need anything, you got questions. If I don't get the chance to get to your questions tonight, please make sure the mods know. And Laura can tell y'all, most people who email me regularly can tell you all, I do check my email. Me come late during the week, might be once, twice a day, but I do check my email. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get started, y'all. Y'all ready? We're gonna first check out this suspicious ass fire that occurred with this building from one of the residents. I don't know if you all remember him. He was one of the first ones to speak out regarding the FBI investigation. He was on national television saying he talked to the FBI. So naturally, super stupid, threw a man-child tantrum. No, an Ewok style tantrum of epic proportions because reasons. She don't get to be the dictator she want to be. Whatever. So she's mad as hell. And we're going to get to it. Oh, so many of y'all in. Here's 176 people watching. Bless God. Y'all, let's go. Let's get to it. All right. If you guys can see and hear, please put a 1 in the chat. Shout out to all of you all. Thank you all for tuning in. I don't mean to skip anyone, but we got to get to it.
Yeah, Rob, and arson investigators actually just wrapped up here at the scene, but I want to show you just what that suspicious fire left behind here. As you can see, the building is now a heap of bird debris. You can see smoke there too. Neighbors say they heard what sounded like a crash before coming outside to find the business engulfed in flames.
Oh, Jesus. This is my first time seeing this, y'all. I had to wait.
Of this Dolton business.
It sounded like a boom,
leaving some cars hollowed and
man, did y'all
a husk of what it once was.
That's a combustion.
A devastating flames. A devastating inferno tearing through the walls of this Dolton business.
It sounded like a
Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. So I'm gonna slow this down because this is a combustion. If you know a little bit about chemistry and science, you'll know the difference between just something's on fire and it spreads versus something has combust. So you have to have a catalyst for some sort of combustion to occur, right? And if you don't believe me, fact check me. You need a catalyst to generate that type of energy like that. Oftentimes it might be something that, can be a trigger, or you adding in flammable, materials to it. What you don't see that in a normal fire. That was combustion, and the sound of it, was like a loud boom almost. I'm gonna slow this down because I want you all to see exactly what I'm talking about here with this. I'm gonna slow it down to as slow as I can get.
Oh,
I know it sounds weird, but look at it. Look at the fire extended outward.
A devastating inferno.
Did y'all see that?
Walls of this Dolton
it kind of just outward. Just a big burst of energy outward. And that's how you end up with parts of the walls just kind of blown out, windows of cars that's right next to the building just kind of blown out. That's a huge amount of energy that it takes for something to combust like that. Now, I don't know if there were, like flammable materials in here that just kind of added that extra fuel to the fire for this type of combustion, but it's still beyond just a normal fire. Either way. So, all right, let's get to it because it's not a long video, but I just want you all to pay attention to that. This is all science here. So I'm not throwing out a conspiracy theory. If you watch videos regarding like combustions and other flammable materials that serve as catalysts to give this kind of a characteristic of a combustion itself, you can see videos that show you what a combustion looks like. That's exactly what that is. This is crazy.
It sound like a boom,
leaving some cars
it was a boom,
and the facility a husk of what it once was. With state fire marshals spending hours sifting through burned debris following the fire that authorities say appears to be suspicious.
Yeah,
the building has stood tall for decades, but was destroyed within hours.
Was there for 20 since I've been here, and burned down like that.
History is just washed away in front of my eyes this morning.
In recent years, it was called Yvette Trucking and Warehouse, a business offering moving services like U-Haul trucks, trailers, and towing equipment, at least until early Tuesday morning. That's when firefighters were called to the scene near 142nd and Dolton. The smell of smoke and the sight of flames just steps away from nearby homes.
How could it burn down? It's not like it's a fire hazard or anything like that.
A gutted lot, now the center of possible arson.
Yeah, I'm just shocked right now.
I hope that's not the case.
Ooh.
Now, another live look out here where you can see the smoke still billowing from this heap
Look at that.
Debris. Attempts to reach the owner for a comment were not returned. No one was hurt in this fire, and the cause of the fire.
Thank God it was empty. Y'all know I have to get I got Baby Solo up for a reason. Y'all know I have to get the hold on 1 second. Y'all know I'm going to get that police report, that fire report. I've already tried to find a preliminary investigation report because that is not normal. That's not normal at all. So I don't know if you all remember, this was the same guy that Super did in her so-called rebuttal video or whatever, where she tried to do a channel. Tiff speaks, shouts, sneezes, whatever. And one of the people that she talked about was Dr. Scott with the food bank she has, and the owner of that property, right? Like I said, he was one of the first ones that did an interview. I want to say last year, if not year before last. And he basically was like, because it was in 23, because the subpoenas came around April of 24. So it was in 2023. And he was one of the first ones that kind of was like, yeah, I talked to the FBI because they Super wouldn't sign his business permits. This is the epitome of being vindictive and retaliatory Never mind the houses around this building that could have easily caught fire. Thank goodness it didn't spread, especially after that combustion moment. But the fact that whatever happened that caused this combustion, because I'm not saying she did it. I'm saying whatever factors that created the combustion, could have hurt other neighbors, could have hurt and hindered, took down houses of other people around the area. But her vindication, you can't help but to kind of like use logic to say, what if? That's all I'm saying. Just what if? This is why I like to stick with facts. And exactly why I'm going to email the village clerk, see if I can get some type of preliminary arson investigation report, because that's not a normal fire. And when you have someone that was so vindictive, for at least 2-3 good years against many of these business owners, because they wouldn't sit here and kiss her ass in the ring for her to be reelected, which we all knew was not going to happen. But, they didn't want to support her like they owe her that. So she took out her vindication or retaliation against many of them in different ways. I mean, just reckless and dangerous sometimes, and hindered their businesses. She didn't care. But he didn't care either when he reported her ass to the FBI. He didn't care either. And I damn sure don't care when I talk about it. This is why I have no respect or sympathy for Super Stupid. Because she's hurt so many people and so many families and households, and hindered businesses from being able to operate because they wouldn't support her dumbass campaign. Like, it's just crazy. All right. So be on the lookout. I'm going to try to get, I'm going to email the village clerk, do another foyer, and see what I can get as far as a prelim investigation report with that. The fire itself, it is under investigation, so they might not release a whole lot during an active investigation, but whatever I can get, I'm going to try my best to get something in writing so we can just really sit down and read the investigation report together. And I might make that available to members only. I don't know, thinking about it. But moving on, let's get to, I'm going to use my video because I posted up a video. First of all, let me hold on. Let me show this. And I sent Babe Solo. I don't know if you're here. I haven't checked my notes yet, but I sent a comment to see if I could, ask for your permission to use this timestamp right here, because this is something else. I want you all to see this. Let me present. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna make her screen bigger than me. But this goes back to what I said back in 2023. And I made the comment saying if she loses, or more so when she loses, she's going to become more and more unhinged. And I mean super. I would take everything she says and does as a threat. Now you all see why I said that 2 years ago in 2023. You can check out, I have my video. I did a recording in my garage. And I went over, the mentality and her behavior and a pattern of her behavior. And I said it in 2023 that at this point, anything she says and does, if I were you all up there in Dolton and Thornton, I would take it as a threat, and a serious threat. And look at all that's happened within the last 2 years. Hell, look at what's happened since January of 2025. So she has no care or concern. It's more than just her, something's wrong with her. Yeah, she's a narcissist. So it's hard to differentiate something along the lines of a mental health type of issue versus she's just a narcissist, and this is how they are. And this is purposeful and intentional. The vindication, the retaliation, that's not by accident. She does that habitually, and it's intentional. So I told you all in 2023, just knowing how someone like her is, and the fact that she can't tolerate rejection, She got rejected at so many levels. Between the courts, the primary, the write-in, the campaign, she just took so many L's that she brought upon herself. But what it's doing is creating that Coke bottle effect. And you shake up that Coke bottle for so long that pressure builds up, and the next thing you know, the top blew off and it's exploded everywhere. I called this in 2023 because I knew someone who has no regard for the rule of law or for the safety or livelihood of anyone else, being the narcissist she is, it's just dangerous. So I'm not saying be scared of her. I'm saying being on the lookout. How about that? Especially come May 5th, whenever that ceremony is. Yeah. Don't take that moment lightly. I hope Dolton trustees are listening. Y'all better beef up that security, because I just don't trust anything with her now. Just don't. But this is Babe Solo. This is also one of my mods here. But you guys make sure you check out her YouTube channel. The mods can please, if she's watching, baby, if you in here, please drop your link to your YouTube channel. I just want to show this part before we get to this her weird ass interview that she dodged. Y'all, that interview was like 7 minutes. I was so mad. I was waiting almost 2 hours just for 7 minutes. Come on, Brand. What is his name? Brandley? Whatever. We'll find out. All right. Let's check this portion out here.
Mike? Oh, okay. You're talking to Mike, so I'm not going to read what you're saying to Mike. Yeah. But I'm just curious about Tiffany's behavior, how she's trying to show us that she's all right. And I don't think she's all right.
Oh, she's not all right.
Remember this?
Look at
she
that.
Put that up.
Now, this is because I've seen this portion of the video. I actually saw the whole video. And I told Big Cello she did a great job. But this is the portion here. I want you all to notice here. This sign here was not always there. And you see her picture. And then you see Dolton Police. Even fathead, potato head Lacey is in that photo. And he doesn't even work there anymore. His ass has been indicted with 9 counts of bankruptcy charges. I mean, what's the purpose of even putting this up? But
Saturday, as if she's still gonna be in office. I don't understand Tiffany's behavior.
It's dangerous, y'all.
That building has not been used in years.
Oh man.
She put this sign up on Saturday. What was Saturday? Saturday was March 26th. March 26th, she posted a sign up in front of this building.
April 26th.
As if she's still gonna be mayor. That's why I say something is really wrong with her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Look at that. Make sure that's a full view right there. You guys see this? This is scary. In a bad, not scary like fearful scary, but just kind of scary as what else is she going to do? Now you all see why I keep saying she's not going to transition. She's not going to transition because she won't accept the defeat. Forget the concession speech and she's a narcissist. Don't expect that. But this here, this is what I was trying to warn everybody about in 2023. She knows that she is no longer going to be a super anything mayor of anyone. And yet, she put this, who paid for that damn sign and banner? Who paid for that? What was the invoice for this nonsense that she probably still won't have? Where was it built to? But for this to even be put up, if she didn't do this on her own, I'm sure Siggy had a hand in it. Because let's say the Dolton Police Department tried to, help put this up. Why would you do that? Especially with her photo on it, and then the police department photo with potato head in it. Who's indicted? And it's not the chief of police. Why do this? This was just April 26th. I think that's what Babe Solo meant. April 26th. But why? This is a waste of money. It's almost like a show of, y'all thought I was going somewhere. It's just a blatant disrespect to the democratic process that voted her black ass out. This is just a slap in the face. She don't give a damn. And of course, a waste of money and just an eyesore at this point. Coming soon, police station. You who child? Like Messi would say, who child? Child. girl. This is the level of delusion. And you know who I also blame for this nonsense other than super stupid? Her goons. Because they say dumb shit and egg her on with this. Y'all just gonna have to deal with my cussing a little bit. They egg her on with this, especially when they're going on videos and they probably reiterating stuff they've told her in private. You know, well, she's still the mayor until he gets sworn in. What the hell are we doing here? Was that the same concept y'all had when her ass was sworn in with the previous mayor? Come on, man. This is ridiculous. It's all about logic and common sense. Don't nobody give a damn if she's still on paper the mayor until Monday or May. Where's May 5th? May 5th is Monday, right? Yeah. No one cares. No one asks for this. This costs money. What are goons at when it comes to the invoice on this? Maybe they should pay for this damn banner. They're coddling and catering to her in this delusional state where she's not in this reality with us. She lost her mind 2 years ago. But to do something like this is almost like a mockery and a slap in the face to Jason House. How you know he's the incoming mayor and basically, you know, she's not showing up for meetings. So I feel good at saying she's just absolutely derelict of duty. So who gives a damn if she's still, you know, the mayor or not? She's not acting like one. She's not performing her duties as one. So who cares? Who cares? To the goons. But this nonsense right here, why don't y'all put y'all money together and pay for this damn banner? Stop egging her on. She's already just dangerous unto herself on her own accord. She doesn't need encouragement. She needs somebody that's going to tell her the damn truth, tell her to go sit her ass down somewhere and go take care of her daughter until that indictment drops. Somebody need to be informing her of, here's your future. This is what prison might be like. Just in case you land there. This is what you got to look forward to in a court of law when that indictment drops. If there are RICO charges, here's how the proceedings will go. At least give an example. But they encourage this stupidity and horrible behavior. And don't care that it costs money to make this bet. Somebody made this. She didn't do it on her own. Girl can barely shovel snow. Child, please. This is dangerous.
She put that sign up. And that building is not in use. It has never been in use in years. It was a fitness center.
Wow.
And now that sign is up as if she's still being mayor. So I see something wrong with her. I really do.
Yeah, she crazy as hell, all right. Y'all saw that brought to you by Dam Dam.
Very pass away. Sing. Never been in use in years. It was a fitness center.
Y'all see that? Hold on. The car riding past. Brought to you by Dum Dum Who Wants Gum Gum in Yellow. I just refuse to dignify her existence with a name at this point. You weird Ewok. I hope they garnish her check for this damn banner. You know, because the goons really should be paying for that because, you know, they keep sitting here egging home to just dumb nonsense. But no, they need to garnish her wages for it. We did it here in South Fulton in Georgia. Mayor Rafiki got his wages garnished for a dumbass painting on the wall and a pool table. No, actually, it was just a mural. They should garnish his wages for the pool table. but they were at least able to return it. The painting on the wall, they garnished his check for that. We're not for play down here. That's why I encourage anybody that want to come down here and report in the city of Atlanta on our corrupt ass mayors and DA. Fannie Willis, I just wish you would be voted out. That's it. You gotta go. But come down here and report on this stuff. You're not hurting our feelings. Spend your money on a flight and travel and all this other stuff to come down here thinking you proving to people like me in Atlanta or in Georgia. You ain't proving no point to me. Come on down here. But I'm still gonna report on her ass until she go to prison. This is insanity.
And now that sign is up as if she's still being mayor. So I say something wrong with her. I really do.
Yeah, thank you, Babe Solo, for showing that. That's all I want to show up. That I just want to make sure you all see that this is insanity. This is insanity. So, let's get to the interview, because I want to get to that and then get to the indictment and that payroll information for William Reed. Let's see my videos. Like I said, I just did a recording of the clip that they showed and the what's going on? I can't get to my videos. Ugh. Okay. There we go. I want to show this video here. Let's get to it. All right. If you can see and hear it, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat.
Come on, go.
Tiffany Henyard dancing out her final days in office.
Y'all painted me in a bad light, and that wasn't right.
But before she's gone,
People want to know what's next for you.
Ben Bradley adds up one last tally of how much she cost taxpayers.
Yeah, this is the snippet first, and then I recorded the combined the full interview after this. So
WGN investigates tonight at 9.
Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard leaves office in the next few weeks after being badly beaten at the ballot box. Questionable spending, clashes with trustees, and an ongoing FBI investigation led to her undoing.
The investigative reporter Ben Bradley broke many of the stories that exposed the issues, and tonight he returns to the south suburbs for a new accounting of Henyard's reign.
I love y'all. There's nothing you can do about it.
The curtain will soon close.
Oh, dear Lord. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Yeah, okay. Make sure you say that in the court of law in front of the judge. Look at it.
It was on the Tiffany Henyard show, but not before one last dance.
Nutto.
Supervisor, come on now.
Man.
People want to know what's next for you.
What's next? Why you out here? Why are you out here?
Because he has the right to be there. It's public property, and he's a member of the press. Just once again infringing upon constitutional rights like hell. This is insanity. This is insanity. AG Tactical roasted her last night. He did. Doggo, he did. Skeeter said, you did miss that. What happened with the fire? We just went over it. I'm gonna try to get a copy of the preliminary investigation, the arson report. I know it's under investigation, but basically, it's basically science that says that was a combustion, more so just a general fire. So, welcome aboard. Thank you so much. I know Dolton trustees didn't approve any mess like that when Jason transitioned. He needed to have it taken down ASAP. See, she owned the building. She acted like crazy. I told y'all, this is why I call her super stupid. She's stuck on stupid. I mean, it just literally. We did something about it. Lisa, how you doing? Hey, new name up in here. How you doing? To all the new people tuning in. If you tag me with my jam, he's so funny. He is. He has this level of sarcasm that's real witty and it's just funny. But this is something else here. This is something else. Let's get back to it.
We were there for Henyard's final food giveaway and a new tally of what she's cost taxpayers. On Easter weekend, cars lined up for blocks. Tens of thousands of tax dollars spent for another one of Henyard's famous food giveaways.
Our last hurrah, and I did not vote for that woman, and I never didn't vote for her before. But I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her.
That never gets old.
She's giving us back what we already gave, but ain't nobody else doing that either.
Tiffany Henyard does spend a lot of money, some of it on worthwhile.
That cannot be. She cannot be the first mayor that ever gave out a food box. Has there never been a food drive before her? Is that it? Is that what I'm to gather from that statement? Weird lady. No one's doing that. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Really? let me get to these the chat, the supers and the memberships right quick. Thank you, Pam. Thank you all. I got Tracy Rivers. I appreciate you. Messi, of course. Buck Baby. Thank you so much. Thank you, Koala. I think I read these. Thank you, Miss A, new member. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. This is fantastic, man. See, this is why I love I'll take the hit, like Quality said. I'll take the hit because this is so exciting. I appreciate all of the love and support. Mike gifted a membership. Hiyo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lord. Thank you so much, Millicent. Can I just say Millie? I don't want to mess up your name. Thank you all so much. Let's get back to it. Oh, cray out here giving out food that's been sitting outside
programs, but she's also benefited handsomely and questionably. Newly obtained records show last year Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dolton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes. Henyard's comp includes
and he sucks. And he's the mayor of a bigger city. Are you serious? This is insane. $347,680 from just Dolton and Thornton salaries. Just the salaries. What am I doing wrong? You can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is so ridiculous. She blew it. All because she didn't want to follow some local ordinances, state statutes, and federal laws. Oh, and constitutional rights. Yeah, she just kind of gave a middle finger to all of that. I mean, if you just did the right thing, you would have probably been reelected and would have been able to keep this salary. Now, I don't agree to the amount of money it is, because that's a whole lot for someone that is a mayor of the village of Dolton, where the population is what? Total roughly 20,000. And the mayor of Chicago, I mean, he's the mayor of millions in Chicago. That's a bigger area, major city with a lot more revenue stream coming in, bigger budgets. And she makes more than him. Trustees, you all, the first thing that needs to happen, Napoleon and Jason, you all are going to have to pass some ordinances to make sure that no one can make this type of money with all these perks like this, especially when they refuse to give a receipt. Her wages should have been garnished a long damn time ago. This is crazy.
$282,000 from the township, which also gave her a $4,900 per month expense allowance and an $1,100 monthly vehicle allowance. That's despite the fact Dolton taxpayers spent six figures on two SUVs police used to chauffeur Henyard.
Just to chauffeur her ass.
Supervisor here.
And did we mention Henyard hasn't attended a single meeting since she lost re-election?
Why haven't you been to board meetings since your defeat?
And work.
She about as dingy as it gets. Girl, try that stunt in court if you want to. Think you gonna go to a federal court of law in front of a grand jury and a federal judge, a prosecutor, and whatever defense attorney you can conjure up, and sit here and try to do some nonsense like that in court? She's acting like a petulant child throwing a tantrum. Just a spoiled brat. This is the same. Answer the question. It's simple. This, oh my God. But can't explain all that money she lied about not making.
You don't want to answer? You're still getting paid. Why not go to the meeting?
I don't even want to though.
It just proves that what she was doing was very selfish. It wasn't about the people.
Stephanie Wiedemann worked for the township for 20 years and blew the whistle on many of Henyard's antics.
If she would have just said, "Oh, I made a mistake," everybody would have moved on. We pointed out the mistakes, and
I'm sorry. The mistake has to be a mistake, not a violation of a whole bunch of laws and ordinances. Like, if you go to a bank and you fill out a document to have the village clerk removed from the bank account, which is factual information cited in court documents, that's not a mistake. When you go to court and show your ass because you failed super stupid to sign some liquor licenses and you end up being charged with direct criminal contempt of court, that's not a mistake. That's you being a dumbass and then catching the consequences. Those aren't mistakes. When it came to that checking account, that Fifth Third bank account with the village of Dolton, her and her attorney agreed, and it's in court documents, through a resolution, through an agreement, that Jason House would be the signatory along with the village clerk on that bank, that Fifth Third bank account. I've gone over that at least twice in my videos. I literally covered the actual petition that was filed against her for violating the ordinance on that. Highlighted the portion where the bank called the village clerk, told her she was removed. That's not a mistake. That's bank fraud. No, I'm sorry. I'm not giving her any inch of leverage. Nope. That's bank fraud. She had to fill out bank documents and then have a signatory removed without the signatory's knowledge, approval, and signature on these documents. She doesn't have sole power to be able to do it against local laws. And they called the village clerk, the bank. That means they were concerned. So I'm wondering who at the bank allowed that paperwork to go through. Because it's not everybody at the bank. Somebody at the bank allowed that paperwork to go through to have the village clerk removed. And then had 3 administrators added to the account. And that's Keith Freeman's ass, who I'm praying catches a superseding indictment. Tangenique Miller and Janice Johnson. 3 people were added as administrators, meaning they could see, the transactions. They would be able to request, bank statements and all this other stuff. And they still, when they had access to it, when they stole access to that, because I don't know why those 3 would even agree to be listed on any bank account fraudulently, but whatever. But when they had access, they didn't even surrender over bank statements. So just to add fuel to the fire, she keeps lying about her being removed by the trustee. No, you agreed to it, heifer. This is why I'm sure she's still watching my videos, because she knows damn well I'm not gonna sit here and I can pull up court documents and just debunk you with that. And I've done it twice, at least. This is insanity. So no, I don't. I love you, Stephanie, but no, I have to put my foot down on that. That most of the stuff she did was not a mistake, and no, it's not the trustee's fault either. It's her fault. She's a grown ass woman. She needs to take accountability, and if she doesn't want to do it on her own, a court of law will help her do just that. Come on, somebody, say amen in the chat.
Put on the show. You know, everybody paid attention because every 2 weeks
Got
it
it
was like a
coming, girl.
sitcom.
Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
You the one that's costing the village money.
Okay.
I don't have that call.
All right.
Okay.
You wanted her to expound that? Don't drag out the meeting. I made a motion.
WGN investigates
All they
and
did
documented
was try to
first-class trips
overtalk
for Henyard and her entourage that
trustees.
cost taxpayers well over $100,000. There was a stay at a Four Seasons and steak dinners. In late 2023, this was how she explained it.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
But yet she actually requested for those credit cards to have the limit increased at least twice. So you would not be able to do that if you didn't handle the credit cards. If you weren't the account holder of those credit cards, or at least had your name on the account to be able to use the credit card. So explain, because you keep self-snitching and telling on yourself. Explain, how is it you don't have anything to do with credit cards, and yet you were able to at least twice increase the limit? How were you able to do that? Credit card company would have been like, oh, I'm sorry, who you calling for? You want to increase what now? What's your name? Girl, you not even on this credit card. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Like they would have hung up on you. They would have been like, no, we can't do that. You're not even on here. What do you want? If that be the case, I should be able to just call up a credit card company and just increase the limit to any random person's credit card, even though I'm not on it. This is the level of delusion. This is why I said she's not here with us on earth in this reality. She's gone.
No.
No, sir.
Oh,
you didn't go to
as
Las
it
Vegas?
relates to what the
What is that?
That's
you don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Why pivot, dummy? Why pivot, dummy? The question was a yes or no answer. You didn't even have to say that. You could have just said, yeah, I was there. Next. Because it's exactly what she said. She just pretty much said, okay, any other questions? All right. Good luck to saying that to the FBI, moron.
Taxpayers are the ones stuck with the bill. The supervisor and others get unusual perks, including $600 a day for every day they travel out of state for the township, and $400 per day for travel within Illinois, plus the cost of their travel expenses. We asked Henyard's successor whether he...
How do you get a per diem of $600? How does that... What are you spending $600 per day on? It's like they're giving her permission to go shopping. Like, what am I doing wrong? You had something like that. I wouldn't even do it unlawful. I would do everything legitimately. I would send over all the receipts, invoices. They probably get tired of me. Lady Luck Club, please stop sending us invoices. We got 3 copies of the same one. We got it. This is so crazy.
Agrees with the supersized payday.
The per diem,
what you make is based upon...
let me go back.
Illinois, plus the cost of their travel expenses. We asked Henyard's successor whether he agrees with the supersized paydays.
What you make is based upon what you are able to deliver. That's more so saying, like, you know, people believe that professional.
Well, I mean, that means she shouldn't have made anything because she delivered nothing. Her paycheck should be $0.00 with no per diem and nothing else. I don't even understand why the actual allowances like that is that high. I mean, at least do things within reason. Napoleon, please don't tell me you're going to go in there and expect somebody to give you $600 a day if you decide to travel. That's an absorbent amount of money. What the hell are you doing with $600 per day? There's not enough Ruth Chris steakhouses in the world to spend up $600 per day as per diem. That's outside of the hotel and the flight. That might just be food and like Uber, something like that, transportation. I don't know. But that's unreasonable. It's unreasonable. So if he can't get that change, y'all better go to those town hall meetings and be like, y'all need to bring down those per diems. It's insane. Why are y'all getting that much money per day? Show us what you spending $600 on while you traveling per day. At least show receipts. See, this is why they didn't want to show receipts and invoices, because none of this is right. None of it. Nope. Napoleon, I don't even have. This is not even attacking against you. It's a matter of just doing things in decency and in order. There's nothing reasonable about that. That type of money to travel every single day. You're getting $600 a day. What have you? And you don't spend it all. Of course, you're gonna try to spend it all. But if you don't, then what? You're giving people room to do fraudulent things when they have that much money at their disposal, and it doesn't make sense to give them $600 a day. It doesn't make sense.
Athletes shouldn't get paid millions of dollars. That doctors should be, or teachers for that matter. So I'm not going to get here and go into a debate about what should be getting or what should be this salary or this.
With what we've been through and how easily we saw it is to abuse the system, I think it's important that the residents pay attention and continue to pay attention and continue to hold people accountable.
Now, for goodness sake.
Despite it all, the spending, a questionable cancer charity, an ongoing FBI investigation, and even a brawl at a board meeting. Henyard still has her supporters.
I think she's doing what men have been doing for years as far as her security and all those things. She needs that. She give back to.
Does she need security at the rate that she was paying them? Are you for real, lady? It's how many people in the village? How many people in what's the population in Thornton? I don't give a damn if it's well over 100,000. Let me just say flat out, it doesn't matter. She did not need the security details she had at the expense of taxpayers, especially when she was buying trucks, Tahoes, in the words of Pink Book Lesson, Tiffany Teflon Tahoes, and didn't even get the board approval to do it. She circumvented local ordinances, which is the same thing as saying laws, to get a Tahoe truck for what, $150,000? That screams kickback in my mind. In my book, that was a hell of a kickback with that, because Tahoe trucks are not even worth all that. I highly doubt that they were custom made, just like bulletproof windows and doors and windshields, something like that. I highly doubt that. And then had the nerve to order more than one. Like that. And that lady said, she needs that. No, she don't. How about, first of all, to the goons that are residents that keep saying, y'all don't live here. How about what you all need? I mean, you're literally putting her above yourselves. How does that make sense? This is insane.
To the community, so, I mean, what more can people ask for?
Receipts, invoices, proof of appropriation of funds, credit card statements, bank statements, testimony of what happened in Vegas, security camera footage. The proof of why she felt the need to buy wigs and pay her hairstylist and whatever on tax dollars. Why lie about how much you make when the W-2 was going to tell it all? I also want to know, I have many questions. What more? Don't challenge me to a good time, lady.
And Tiffany Henyard vows the show will go on.
You told us on election day we haven't heard the last year. What's next for you?
It's a lot next for me. Stay tuned.
Yeah, a lot of time in prison. Okay. That's a lot next for you. Yeah, okay. When you need to be preparing yourself for what's to come. All that lot of whatever you think is coming up, you need to brace yourself for it. And if not, that rude awakening is going to hit her when she hears the word. One word. Y'all ready for it? Guilty. She hear that word guilty. She's either going to sit there like a sphinx and just stare into the abyss, or she's going to have a fit, fall out, scream, cry, cuss, yell, fuss. She's going to go through the 7 stages of grief and depression right before our eyes in 48 seconds flat. She's not going to be able to handle it. It's going to be an overload for her. She's going to be like, wait, What the hell did they just say? Did they just say guilty? Yeah, because she's in an alternate reality where facts aren't facts and laws aren't laws and evidence means nothing. It's just how she feels on her side, which no one cares about because you lie like hell against court documents. So we really don't care what your side of the story is at this point. We just don't. It's irritating. Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
The FBI is still tuned in. Sources say agents have visited several of Henyard's allies at home in recent weeks, looking for information and cooperation. As for the six-figure township supervisor's salary, it was 6 times higher than the leaders of Illinois' other largest townships, but it will be reduced to just over $50,000 per year when the new supervisor takes over in mid-May. Some of the other allowance perks, they'll remain in place. Ben Bradley.
Yeah, no, they need to change all that. They need to change all that. Period. Napoleon, and if you really care on trying to do the right thing and be ethical here, you will make sure that you do not override a veto or anything, any motion to have the per diem allowances reduced as well. And how is he going to be senator, state senator, and supervisor? I'm just curious. I'm not. Because I'm at a point where I don't think it's good to have one person in 2 different positions like that, holding 2 different elected positions. You're going to be a state senator, or a supervisor, just pick one. This is what happens when you give someone all that power. They turn into a super stupid. Oh, Lord. All right. So we're going to move forward with William Reed, y'all. The Dolton police officer that was recently indicted. This is something else. So this was emailed to me from Cheryl. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Of his payroll, just a synopsis of his payroll going over 2022. And I also, in a previous live, pulled up the PPP loan website, which is what he was charged with, PPP loan fraud. And a couple other charges mentioned in the news report. I also pulled up that website, and there was a payment on that website as the PPP loan. I showed it in the live stream, but I put his name in there, and it showed up. It was only one payment though that showed up, but I mean, it was still proof that he did get some money that he was not qualified to get because his income was too damn high. He ain't need no damn help. And he has 2 jobs. He's not just a police officer in Dolton. He's what was the other place he was? It's gonna be probably be in the indictment. But this is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, Consuela. Good night. I'll have a long day in prayers for all. Thank you so much. Have a good night. That wasn't her salary. It was Frank's. She inherited when he passed after working 20 years. I mean, stuff like that. Why does she inherit that? She's still not him. Why does, may he rest in peace. He passed away. It's unforeseen circumstance. But why does she still have the right to maintain the salary he earned? See, this is where state statutes and local ordinances being passed comes into play here. To make sure that doesn't happen again. Because no one deserves to walk into a 6-figure salary, according to Napoleon Harris, if they haven't earned it. So thank you for saying that. She didn't earn it. He did. Frank Zuccarelli earned it. Super Stupid did not earn that. So why wasn't it reduced? Why did she get it automatically when she did not earn it? See, this is what happens when you say things, because I'm listening hard, and then I can turn around and use it on you. Napoleon. Come on, man. You got to do better than that. And I'm not trying to attack him. I'm not. But I'm going to need him to do a little bit better than that. Because that would be highly hypocritical to sit there and say that when she literally inherited a salary she herself did not earn at all. And it was done shiesty. They just didn't even give the people the right to vote. It was kind of like the 11th hour type of appointment. and the board of trustees and Thornton, they just approved for her to be they agree for her to be the supervisor. They should have let the people decide. They didn't do that. But then she want to holler the same thing with a caucus. Girl, please. All right. Moving on. This starts at, I hope you guys can see this. Check date starting at 5/20/2022. And it's like, why are these labor costs not there? Because I'm sure if he earned money, it went to the Department of Revenue either way. And since they keep lying on the tax documents, you can't even trust that. But the W-2, that's not gonna lie. You can't tamper with that. Yeah, no. Nope. Whatever come up on that W-2 or whatever was reported to the Department of Revenue, that's the check and balance that we all enjoy here. So they can lie like hell on everything else, but what they can't do is fudge anything with the Department of Revenue or what's on those W-2s. No, can't do that. So you guys can see the first payment up there is July 15th for a little over $3,000. And then of course it just kind of fluctuated. It was weird. You got $5,000 July 29th. And then on August he got $38.32. I'm hearing the background echo with this mic. And then of course he's got $5,600. So these amounts are just, they're random. They're not even consistent. It was okay. So obviously he was not salaried, because if you're salaried, your income is not going to change. Whether you work overtime or not, it's not going to change. So how did they come up with these random amounts? What was the hourly rate that he got paid? Because this is weird. And then you got 6,700, then 5,400. Just between May and September of 2022, he collected $30,000. And then this information is on the Edgar County Watchdogs. I just kind of copied it here. Since May of 2021, Super Dum Dum, mayor of Dolton, Illinois, has had her personal security detail follow her nearly 24 hours a day. 3 individuals indicated in Dalton's response to a FOIA request. Are village employees. Click name to view payroll: Corey Wright, Terry Young, and William Reed. This is on Edgar County Watchdogs, have their own website and articles, so you guys might want to check that out. Shout out to them because they do have good information they provide. Payroll has exceeded $258,000 paid by Dolton taxpayers between May of 21 and September of 22. At this rate, the Dolton taxpayers would have paid more than $1 million for her security detail over the life of her 4-year term in office. We doubt this includes all of the other police officers often seen accompanying her, and the use of village vehicles and township vehicles as her security. And this is by John Kraft and Kirk Allen. Man, look. What y'all? Hold on a second, y'all. Oh, God. I say this with as much love as I can ooze out. This is why I clown her goons. Because they try to make it seem like this isn't a big deal. This is simple mathematics, okay? Simple mathematics. Why would you be okay with her paying out more than $1 million for this so-called security detail, still not approved by the board? Let me ask something. Did the previous mayor before her, what's his name, Riley Rogers, did he have a security detail? And I'm asking, especially for those that live up there, because I wasn't born there, but I was dropped off by a hen there. I mean, because her goons sure hate people who aren't born there for some reason, even though they don't care about their own neighbors who were also born there, because they get mad when people try to report them. But a lot of information we get, like I said, shout out Cheryl, We get it from the people who do live there. So this isn't something I'm just conjuring up. You guys see the article. You can go on that website and read the same information. And if you live there and you sitting here trying to defend her and deflect accountability from Super Stupid, what about your neighbors that have been hurt and harmed, those business owners? By this same woman who's so vindictive, if you don't support her campaign, she will not sign a liquor license or a business permit. Nope. She won't do it because you won't give her all your money. Child, this is something else. Did he have a security detail? That's what I want to know. Y'all let me know if my mic is if it's too loud. I want to make sure I'm not buzzing it. Tiff's, hey Mike, Tiff's closing argument. I'm a black woman that used to be in power. I loved on the people, and there is nothing you can do about it. 3 minutes later, guilty. I know, right? Lisa said we didn't get a chance to vote exactly. It was pushed on us. Nervous about Napoleon, not too confident about him. I understand. We respect all opinions here. It's reasonable because I'm gonna be honest. I wanted Nate to win. It's just, my 2 cents. And if I had to vote for someone, I would have voted for Nate. Because I would rather, Napoleon remain as a state senator, especially if he's going to still remain as state senator. Because I don't understand. Like, at this moment, no one needs a repeat of this, where you have someone in these 2 prominent positions like this, and the people of Thornton aren't getting the attention they deserve right now. After 4 years of tyranny from Super Stupid, they want someone that's going to be there. They want transparency. They want budget reports that make sense, Robert Hunt. They want numbers to be real on those budget reports, Robert Hunt. They want a budget report that looks like it came out of a financial system and not typed up on a Microsoft Word document, Robert Hunt. They want things to change for the better. You don't offer them something of the same. So yeah, I'm fussing at Napoleon a little bit. He'll be fine. He'll be all right. He'll get over it. So y'all see this? This is $30,000 to one person who was indicted on a PPP loan fraud charge, along with, I think he had also bankruptcy charge. Yep. All right. Speaking of which, let's get to this indictment. It's 11:22. Thank you all for tuning in. We're coming up on an hour and 27 minutes. I don't want to be too much longer. This is 18 pages long. I'll tell y'all right now. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Once again, shout out to Sheriff for sending me this. This is in the U.S. District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division. You guys see the file and stamp from the clerk of court. And this is federal court, y'all. I mean, it's an indictment from the FBI. So talking about federal charges and felonies. So U.S. versus William Frederick Reed. And you have the case number 125-CR-00213. All right. Oh my God. Special November 2023 grand jury charges. At times material to this indictment, defendant William Frederick Reed resided in Hazel Crest, Illinois, was employed as a police officer by the Village of Robbins. There you go. Village of Robbins, another village that Keith Freeman owes over $90,000 to. Y'all see how these people are connecting? Let me explain something to y'all before I continue on with this. And we're not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to show it so you all can do replay and pause it if you want. But what you're seeing and witnessing with these people, in these positions that has any connection or ties to Super Stupid or Siggy, what you're seeing is some connections being made for an overall case here from the FBI. So when you think about concepts like RICO charges, you have to make connections because what you're saying is there's some sort of criminal enterprise. It's mighty ironic that William Reed was not only a police officer in Dolton, but also a police officer in the Village of Robbins, where Keith Freeman came from, where he owes the Village of Robins over 90 grand. And then Mr. Potato Head, who was the police chief of Dolton Police Department, has 9 counts of bankruptcy fraud. It's like they just sitting around all day in the police station teaching each other how to commit bank fraud or bankruptcy fraud. This is insanity. So it brings the question, whether there is some level of enterprise going on. They're catching same or similar charges. They got, indictments that could really land them in prison for at least 5 years here. And then amongst other things, and if you know they're screwing up when it comes to bankruptcy, because you have to report all your income. We've gone over Keith Freeman's indictment for a reason, because there's a pattern of behavior, a common theme between Potato Head's indictment, Keith Freeman's indictment, now this, William Reed. It seems to be a common pattern here with the charges and the allegations being alleged in the indictment. And of course, this is an indictment from a grand jury. So you're talking about 12 members of your peers saying, yeah, based on the evidence that's been shown, his ass need to be indicted. The end. Can you imagine all the evidence they have on this? You would think Keith Freeman would pay back that money. Either way, he was self-employed as an independent contractor / sole proprietor, providing security services, and had control and signature authority over multiple bank accounts, including U.S. Bank, and you have the bank numbers there, National Police Credit Union, National Bank of Kansas City. Kansas City. Yeah. Okay. The first thing I thought about is, I wonder, is that a shell account or whatever? It's just a thought. And Chime account. Who uses Chime? Chime Bank? The Bank Court Bank. Oh my God. All right. The USSBA is an agency of the U.S. government that provided economic support to small businesses, including by guaranteeing loans provided to small businesses by private lenders. Of course, coronavirus relief. The Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security CARES Act was a federal law enacted in or around March 20, designed to provide emergency financial assistance to millions of Americans who were suffering from the economic effects caused by COVID-19. One source of relief provided by CARES Act was the authorization of forgivable loans to small business and sole proprietors for job retention and other expenses through a program called the Paycheck Protection Program. PPP loan business to obtain it. Whether you have a business, sole proprietor, or self-employed individual, submitted a PPP loan application, was signed by the applicant or authorized rep of the business. The application required the applicants to acknowledge the program rules and make certain affirmative certifications regarding the eligibility of the business, proprietorship, or individual for a PPP loan. So you basically applying, you're signing your name, you're agreeing to, the terms and the regulations that basically dictate how this money should be spent. That's not money they're giving you to go out on vacation. Mayor Rafiki. I don't like his ass. That's not, an opportunity for you to sit here and say, I'm just gonna catch up on my shopping that I've been meaning to do for 5 years. I know. That money was supposed to go for specific expenses related to a small business. Right? So, of course, that was abused by many. Many people have gone to prison for PPP loan fraud. And they're still catching them. Case in point. Let's see. They were required to provide, among other things, number of employees employed by the business, the average monthly payroll or gross income. These figures were used to calculate the applicant's eligibility and the amount of money that the business could receive as a part of a PPP loan. Applicants were also required to make good faith certifications, including that the business entity was in operation on February 15, 2020, and economic uncertainties had necessitated their loan request for continued business operations. So basically, you're saying, yes, by that date, I had a business that was operating. COVID-19 kicked my ass. I need money to help pay my staff and to cover my business expenses. Period. That's it. I mean, it's that simple, straightforward. No, we couldn't do that right either. Oh gosh, this is what umpteenth person charged with PPP loan fraud. But yet that money, get this now, the money that these people took, where they end up in prison for PPP loan fraud, could have went to people who were struggling to pay their mortgage and rent. That's what infuriates most people. You had these jackasses that were sitting here collecting all of this money, and there were people out there who needed help and couldn't get it to save their lives. And yeah, you don't have any sympathy for people like this. I know I don't. Kiss my ass. That money could have been used to pay many rent payments, get groceries, just help with household expenses if you're going to do it like this. So people were out buying cars, flashing money around on videos for TikTok and Facebook and just being complete morons. And they get mad when they get charged. All right. Cabbage Inc., Ready Cap Lending LLC, and Cross River Bank were lenders that participated directly in the PPP, to whom applicants for those loans could submit info for the purposes of receiving a loan that could be guaranteed or forgiven by the SBA. So on or about March 27, 20, Reed filed with the IRS a service form 1040 individual tax return for 2019, along with a Schedule C, profit or loss from business, which reported that Reed received gross receipts of $1,304 and had a net loss of $16,656 from the operation of his off-duty security business in 2019. Based upon the info in the 2019 Schedule C filed by Reed with the IRS on March 27, 20, Reed would not have qualified for a PPP loan because he had more money at his disposal. He submitted the application on June 22nd, 20 to Cabbage Inc., which Reed falsely represented he was qualified to receive that PPP loan in the requested amount of $5,862, which in the live stream I did on the actual article itself when he was indicted, I pulled up that PPP loan website. That was the amount that showed up for Cabbage, because I was like, what's this Cabbage Patch Kids doing? Y'all, it's named Cabbage. I mean, come on. That has to be the epitome of hilarity. When the Cabbage Patch Kids gave him $5,800. Based on inflated and falsified average monthly payroll, which application included a Schedule C, profit or loss from business for 2019, which falsely reported gross receipts of $29,456 and a net profit of $28,142 from the off-duty security. In 2019, when he knew that fraudulent 2019 Schedule C inflated both gross receipts and net profit. All right. On or about June 22nd, 2020, in the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, and elsewhere, William Reed knowingly made a false statement to Cabbage Inc., because lying to the Cabbage Patch Kids would just, I hope you are haunted in your sleep for the purpose of influencing the actions of SBA and guaranteeing and forgiving a PPP loan to Reed. In that Reed falsely represented he qualified for a PPP loan in the requested amount of $5,862. So in violation of Title 15 U.S. Code Section 645 sub A, and then they have all the counts. All right. So they're re-alleging the account from paragraph 1 and 2. And we've gone over kind of some of the basic information when it came to the bankruptcy fraud charges. You guys can take some time if you hit the replay on this. Hit the like button as well. I mean, you should hit the like button. Got a whole indictment here. This is good stuff. But you can always replay and just pause and read. I don't want to take up too much time with you guys just reading it all. It's 18 pages. So he inflated he stated he was qualified to receive an amount of $5,800. He lied like hell. Just so much, to the point where they're giving whole dates. They're saying exactly what was inflated and the fraudulent forms. Defrauding the government is not in your best interest. William Reed, Potato Head, or Keith Freeman. It's not in your best interest to do this. And now you're going to have the IRS coming after your ass. Y'all, Al Capone went to prison because of tax evasion and tax fraud, not because of all the murders. Al Capone. So whatever the FBI does not catch your ass on, the IRS will. The FBI might be like, you know what? We indicted you. More than likely, he will get some prison time, but IRS is going to be like, all right, tag us in. Tag us in. Then they're going to come right behind the FBI and be like, nah, we want his ass in there for 10 years. Man, they will not show you any mercy. None. Not at all. They don't even show mercy to somebody that owe $100. Yeah, okay. It's also indicating more lies he told. The violation of the USC codes is count 3. Basically the same thing with a different amount. This amount was $58.62. Count 4. He did this at Hazelcrest in Northern District of Illinois. Willfully subscribed a U.S. income tax return for calendar year 2021, which return was verified by written declaration that it was made under the penalties of perjury and was filed with the IRS, which return he did not believe to be true and correct as to every material matter, and that defendant falsely represented a status. So basically, he lied like hell on the documents when he signed the documents, when he filed his taxes, and this is language in everybody's tax documents. You're basically attesting and affirming that the information you're providing to the IRS is accurate and true to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury. Perjury in and of itself is at least 3 to 5 years of federal prison time, but can be greater based on the impact of the perjury. You go and you lie like hell, you pull off something like Bernie Madoff. Oh no, you going in for like 20 years just on perjury alone. Never mind the fraud and the pyramid scheme. But it's still a felony. So was it worth any of this? So he lied about his wages, salaries, and tips, saying it was $22,286. Defendant's other income was $27,453, and that his total income was $49,739. When defendant knew that his wages, salaries, and tips, other income, total income substantially exceeded the amounts reported on the return. Yeah, last time I was reading over Keith Freeman indictment, and we came across that language. When defendant knew, I was saying basically it's almost like they wanted to say when he knew damn well. So we're gonna keep saying that when we see it. He knew damn well his income was substantially higher. All right, 25B had $3,740 in federal income tax withheld, when he knew damn well that he had $0 in federal income tax withheld. Oh man, the FBI is so mad, and the IRS is going to be scorched. The IRS is going to scorch the earth. The FBI is like the dad that tries to sit down and talk to you and you mess up. But the IRS is like the mama that's coming in with a belt. I heard you had some issues at school today. I had to take time off work to talk to your teachers. The FBI is like, come in, sit down. Let's discuss what you did wrong. You messed up. Let's try to correct this stuff. Now the IRS coming in like, didn't I tell your ass? Didn't I tell your ass? Bring your ass over here. Or do like my grandmother used to do. Wait till you get out the shower. When she know it's gonna really hurt. Or wake you up out your sleep, knowing damn well it's gonna take 2 more hours to go back to sleep. Now you're in pain and you're crying like hell because you just got your ass beat with a switch. That's the IRS. The IRS is the mama with the switch. Good grief. Oh my God. This is insane. They just won't learn. Okay. At times material to discount. This is count 5. They just realleging the previous charges. And this is pertaining to chapter 7 of Title 11 with the bankruptcy. So we went over this. Like I said, this is a pattern of behavior here between Potato Head and Freeman and now Reed. So basically what happens is you file the chapter 7 or 9 or 11 or 11 or 13, whichever chapter you want to file for bankruptcy. And then you have to fill out various scheduled forms. You have to do a hearing where you kind of testify to your financials. No different than doing a financial affidavit where you got to get it notarized, and you're doing all of this under the penalty of perjury now. So with those types of hearings that you have to do, you have to do it in front of a jury, and you go over all of your your income, your expenses, and everything. And from there, they get to review your financials and all this other stuff. They make the determination whether or not the petition for the bankruptcy should be granted. When you lie to them, you're robbing them of an opportunity to really be able to give an honest decision. But you're making it harder for everybody else. Because at some point it gets old. I'm sure they probably sitting like, how many more cops from Dolton are we expecting now? Oh my God. We got the police chief, now Reed, him and his fake business, and he was a cop in 2 different villages, which is still astounding to me. How did he manage to pull that off? He had a private off-duty security company, was a police officer in Dolton and in the village of Robbins. And he got paid like he did both jobs full time. When the hell did he go to bed? You got it coming, Reed. Bro, you got it coming. The IRS gonna chew your ass up. Debtor was required to appear at a meeting of creditors known as the 341 meeting, which is the meeting where you testify under oath concerning your affairs. He lied like hell on tax documents. He's pissed the IRS off. He's about to get his ass beat with a switch. And that's pretty much that. So, and I hope you guys see the documents that you have to fill out when you're filing for bankruptcy. You got the Schedule AB, Schedule EF, of course, the Statement of Financial Affairs, which you're still disclosing your financial history under the penalty of perjury. Then, of course, your tax filings, and then, of course, the 341 meeting. So there's a lot that goes into determining whether the court should grant you the relief by granting the petition to declare bankrupt. But of course, when, stupid criminals do stupid things, they get in there and they just try to avoid accountability by lying like hell to the IRS and bankruptcy court. Because, that's so smart of you, William Reed. This has to be the dumbest. Criminals are stupid people. They're stupid. So I'm just kind of scrolling down. This is page 10. Like I said, if you guys want to be able to read this, you can always pause the video and read this information. And a lot of it kind of repeats itself as well, just kind of reiterating the previous paragraphs for each of the charges. You see the reiteration of the bank accounts. I mean, just fraudulently filing documents everywhere. I think it was Keith Freeman where he lied about filing a tax document altogether. It's not like he filed taxes and then lied about the numbers. No, he forged a whole tax document. Keith Freeman going to prison. You forged a whole tax document. Who wants to do that? I mean, hell, I don't agree with you lying to the IRS, but at least fill out the actual legitimate form. No, he forged the whole tax form. Oh my God. This is why I don't feel bad about laughing at these clowns who going to prison. This is something else. He had a loan number 8900 had been deposited, National Police Credit Union. And what the FBI does, they're going to subpoena bank records. You don't give them correct information and you lie like hell. Now they'll go behind you and just get the bank documents. They'll issue a subpoena for the bank documents. They will issue a subpoena to the credit card company. They'll issue a subpoena on any and everything they need to show that not only did you have all this money come your way, but you also have assets. Because when they are ready to lock your ass up, they're going to repossess everything. Everything. They're going to take everything. They're taking your house, your car, your property, your land, jewelry, anything valuable that they can sell and get money out of. So you don't even get the chance to enjoy all this fraudulent shit you've done because you're going to prison now. Oh, Lord have mercy. If you all want to see his bankruptcy case in regarding William Reed, number 22-02502. So if you just search that, it should pull up the bankruptcy court documents if it's available to view online. But you can always FOIA. I think this is satisfactory enough because it does cite the actual bankruptcy case. So I don't need to go and look at that separately. I mean, it's bankruptcy fraud. Count 6, basically recapping the testimony he gave in that 341 meeting. And you guys can see the, responses that he provided. And let's see, this is count 7. Good grief. How many counts he got? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this is my first time actually reading through this. I checked my email like an hour before I started my live stream. This is crazy. Oh, he going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. No, my bad. You're going to prison. You're going to prison. Because it's two different things. Instead of rehabbing overpaid and being owed a refund, he literally lied so that he can get a refund. As if the PPP loan fraud wasn't enough. Just greed. Oh my good Lord. Count 8. Count 9. Oh my God, this is the last page. Okay, he had 9 counts. You're at 9 counts. You don't get a plea deal and escape prison or seeing the inside of a prison wall with 9 counts of various fraud charges, tax fraud, bankruptcy fraud, PPP loan fraud, 9 counts. Hell no, you're going to prison. They locked Alex Nitchoff ass up for 5 years on two charges, 1 count of each. And he's got 9 counts of defrauding the government in various ways. You think he's gonna maintain his liberty and freedom? Hell no. Just like with Lacey, he got 9 counts of bankruptcy fraud. Now you going to prison. You're going to prison. This is unforgivable. Okay. William Reed, now we'll read this last part. Defendant herein had and received gross income of approximately $189,092, including from his employment as a police officer by the village of Dolton. By reason of such gross income, defendant was required by law following the close of the calendar year 23 and on or before April 15, 2024, which is tax season, to make an income tax return to the IRS, stating specifically the items of his gross income and any deductions and credits to which he was entitled. Knowing the foregoing, defendant did willfully fail. You failed on or about April 15, 24 in the Northern District of Illinois and elsewhere to make an income tax return. He just didn't file his damn taxes. In violation of Title 26 U.S. Code Section 7203. Well done. Well done. Oh my God. Andrew S. Boutros, U.S. Attorney. I don't want to mess that up. Well done. So you all see, this is the full indictment. Like I said, this is this is one of the reasons why I wanted to go over the other two indictments between Potato Head and Freeman, because this common pattern that you're seeing here, especially with all three of them being connected, working together even. I mean, Lacey was the police chief. William Reed worked under him. You know, Freeman was the administrator. He also came from Village of Robins. You see how these pieces of the puzzle are being put together to paint this big picture. This is exactly how the AG or the prosecutor is going to present this case in the court of law. Just like that. They're going to connect it, especially if there's a possibility of a RICO charge. It's a criminal enterprise. So let me just be clear and frank when I say this to the goons that think they're proving a point because reasons they still want to sit here and try to deflect away from Super, like they owe her their lives or souls or something like that. I don't know. But have the nerve to say YouTubers like me are somehow being paid off by Jason House. Jason House, you owe me a check because somebody said so. You owe me some money, bro. You can send me a cash out. I'll make sure I post that up. But never mind the goon squads that sit here and protect and defend Super Stupid to the utmost. They come off like she pays their mortgage. Yeah, it makes you wonder if she actually is doing that. Thank you so much, Laura. LLC membership's now available. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is something else. And they sit here, one of the goon squad sitting here talking about reading is fundamental. Girl, don't be stealing my moniker. You don't steal my phrase. At least be able to show that you comprehended what the hell you read. Trying to sit here and say, well, William Reed didn't come under her. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Who cares what mayor William Reed came through? It has nothing to do with the 9 counts of fraud charges, various fraud charges he's facing, and the possible prison sentence that's coming along with that. It has nothing to do with that. So it's irrelevant. What is the purpose of even bringing up which mayor was in charge when he was hired? Who gives a damn? It doesn't take away the charges he's facing. That's my whole point. Plus, yes, the connections will be made by the investigation and the prosecutor or the AG that brings forth the charges to the court. They're going to make sure to connect this stuff if you're talking about a criminal enterprise here. Because it looks like they were all giving each other tips on how to commit bankruptcy fraud. They weren't doing any real police work or too busy trying to be security detail for Super Stupid. You had an officer that was he the same one that was paid all those overtime hours? This is crazy. Hey, Miss Mandy, what's going on? Miss Mandy reacts. The host gives the wrenches. Miss Mandy, you want to be a mod? Is she still here? Oh, yeah. I for once want Trump to go in. I don't care if he got to go to the village of Dolton and have her ass collected himself with the FBI. That'll be something I will still sit back and enjoy. I'll watch that live in real time. Please, FBI, be wearing body cameras and make sure that y'all live stream. Don't let us miss out on that. But the whole concept of this whole, well, it's not her fault. Okay, well, keep saying that dumb shit, and good luck to saying that to a federal judge in a federal court of law. Good luck to that. As a matter of fact, try telling the FBI that so they can laugh at your ass. Which a dumb moot point you're not proving to anyone. It was, reading the article like, he wasn't hired on her. So what? Who's contesting that? No one. No one even cares about that. We care about the charges and the fact that there's a pattern between him and his boss and Freeman being charged the same thing. And of course, the FBI will try their best to kind of get some connections to get to the people that's close to the main target. You know, Siggy and Super. Because he has not yet thrown in the towel and said, you know what, Lady Luck Club is right. I'm going to go out, get eggs, and never come back. And go cooperate with the FBI. Siggy has yet to do that. And for those who are new, Siggy is Kamal. So I said about 3-4 months ago, you need to take your ass to the FBI headquarters and go and cooperate and take all the documents you got. Don't wait too late, because they're not going to want to cooperate and give you a plea deal. They're not even going to go for the full force with you. And this administration, the Department of Justice under this administration, they ain't playing with simpletons like Super Stupid and Siggy. They're not playing with them. They're not going to get them simpletons a damn rope to save their lives. Nope. If 2 judges, like I said earlier, were arrested for the charges they got, no. Keith Freeman and Potato Head and Reed and all the rest of them, they don't have a shot in hell. Siggy, Super Stupid, Squidworth, none of them have a shot in hell. Not when 2 judges in the last 2 days have been arrested. Hell no. They done. They done. They done. They are so done. Hello, LLC. How about Tip was vindictive towards the fire department? Yes, she was. She might have tried to get 2 birds with 1 stone, allegedly. Yeah, and she failed to renew the collective bargaining agreement because the firefighters, police department, certain sectors have, union. And the union leader for the fire department did not want to play ball with her a couple of years ago. He refused to, support her in her dumbass campaign. And so she chose to not try to, renew or come to the table with a collective bargaining agreement. So if you understand the process of those things and understand that the police department, the fire department, they have collective bargaining agreements. They're still employees of that village. They're still considered employees. They're not contractors, cornmeal. They're employees. But the protection that these unions offer ensure that they're not being taken advantage of. She knew that their checks were still being, I'm not going to say garnished. The deductions for insurance premiums were still coming out of their checks, but it wasn't making its way to nationwide insurance. So the firefighters came in with Adam with his cute self, and he had a show of force. It went national, live, viral, all over television, where they confronted Super Stupid and saying, there's possible theft wage. As a matter of fact, we're going to go over their indictment, their lawsuit they filed, not their indictment, their lawsuit they filed against Super Stupid in the village, because it had to happen in order for, when Jason House finally had the chance, once he became pro temp, I think earlier this year or maybe last year, they did reach an agreement. I want to say earlier this year, they did reach an agreement, but look what it took. It took someone else to be mayor pro temp. And somehow all that information out there is available for people to see that Super Stupid did not come to an agreement with the fire department because she was too busy being mad and throwing a tantrum. Jason House had to make that happen. That stuff can be proven with documentation. No one needs to make that up. There's no side of a story to that. It's what's factually proven. The end. You can't believe facts and evidence in this reality, then there's no working with you. We can't have this conversation with someone stuck in La La Land. We're not going to do it. So, yep. I'm getting some more comments in, you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. It's 2 hours in. This is something else. I did the FBI FOIA request for that FBI subpoena. God, we don't want to read it. I did the request for the subpoena that went to the Illinois DCEO. I just want the subpoena, to be honest with you. I think All in the Q covered, the documents she was able to get through a FOIA, and it was job well done. Shout out to her. Job well done. I just want the FBI subpoena itself that was served to Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. Yeah. So I want to see that subpoena and be able to kind of go over it to see what was listed as the documents that they want as a part of the investigation. Because we all know Siggy is cooked. Siggy is done. He can sit here and try to come off like he didn't have any culpability or, like he's not some sort of a co-conspirator. He can play that game all day. No judge in a court of law is going to play with you on that, bro. They're not going to play with your ass. I ain't signed it. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay. You got paid from it, didn't you? Did you pay back any of that $500,000 from that grant, Siggy? You didn't? Oh, okay. So you're just as culpable. There's no defense of tactical stupidity or willful ignorance you can offer in court in something like that. When you're talking about misusing public funds and you could not manage to produce one invoice or receipt to show how the money was spent. And even with the documents that Q was able to obtain, they had a budget report template. Robert Hunt filled it out, signed his name on it. Guess what? You have no way to validate the numbers. There's no checks or balance with that. There are no invoices or receipts or anything. So how do you know that the numbers are genuine and authentic? You don't. You just don't until you see the other evidence that can show an itemized invoice statement, credit card statements, bank statements, receipts. You have to have those things to validate what's on this report. If not, you can just type up any number you want and just, pretend like Cookie Monster and Big Bird and Ernie are somehow sitting in your room eating cookies and banana pudding. I mean, you can pretend like you're not here in this reality if you want to. Yeah, okay. I'm telling y'all, when she snaps into reality, it's going to be when she hears the word guilty. Then the judge will say, all right, thank you all for participating in the civic duty of being a jury on the panel. And for, hearing the evidence and rendering the ruling. Then they're going to go to the sentencing phase of the hearing. And then they're going to ask if she has any words. And I'm sure she's either going to be flailing all over the floor, crying, yelling, screaming, or she's just sitting there trying to figure out what the hell just happened in my life. What's going on? I must be stuck on Mars. She got to learn the hard way. So the hard way it is, super stupid. The hard way it shall be. Yeah, you want to go to prison, take your goons with you. At least do us a favor and take all your dumb goons with you that spent more time trying to deflect and defend you somehow, but not read court documents. Fuck out of here. Oh, I love clowning them. They're the worst. Hey, Bob. She needs to speak to a therapist due to her reasoning is not normal. The fact that she's a mother is scary, that she's raising a child. She would crack up when Kamal walks out of her like, oh, yeah, she is. Yeah, that's he might do it right before the day of the hearing. He might just be one of those surprise witnesses that go in and testify against her. Oh, my God. You're going to hear an audible gasp throughout the entire courtroom if his ass walks in as a state witness and testifies against Super Stupid. Wouldn't that be something else? Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. It's tempting to want to start a GoFundMe just to fly up there just to be in that courtroom. I'm too broke to pay for it, but it would be a nice treat to be able to witness that hearing. And it would be funny as hell if he walks in as a witness for the state and testifies against her. And she didn't even see that coming. Oh, Lord. Half of the clowns that she done sat here and demanded that they, pledge their loyalty and fealty to her. And now sitting here talking about, we get that whistleblower act thing. Can I order a whistleblower act, please? You know what? I need to order 4. I got wife and kids. Now they want to cry. I was just following orders. We've heard that before throughout our history as human beings. Yeah, it didn't work then either. You could have stopped. Or ratted her out a lot sooner. It's ridiculous. Tina, how you doing? I remember you saying she would not go out lightly. I said they needed to vote and lock her out. I said the same thing. She is dangerous, and they keep playing with her like she is of no consequences. Why? You know what? I don't know. Being too nice. Being too nice. Because I've said the same thing. Mandy, I will make sure I make you a mod if you want to be. What a chick got to do to get a wrench around here? Oh yeah, I can't do it here. I don't know why. I'm clicking on the 3 stars. I think I have to do it in YouTube. Yeah, I only have 3 options here. It's delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user, and delete the comment. So I don't want to mess with that. But yeah, I will make you a mod. I absolutely will. After the live stream, go on YouTube and make you a mod. There you go. Let me see if I can do it now. Hold on. But yeah, y'all, I told you all she's not gonna go out peacefully. She's gonna go out, throwing an epic tantrum. She's not gonna go peacefully. And I think between now and May 5th with the village, and of course May 19th with Thornton Township, that they need to push up that ceremony date. I don't know if Thornton Township, any of the trustees, Stephanie Wiedemann, any of y'all listening, Carmen, what's I don't know if y'all listening, but y'all need to push up the date for that ceremony. It's just too far away. You're giving her more time to do dumb shit. No, she could have like 2 more food drives in between and we're not in the mood, because it seems like she's gonna kind of get more aggressively worse. I tried to warn people 2 years ago, because I've seen people like her get caught up in these types of cases with these types of charges. And when they're a narcissist, they think they're untouchable. And it's like their mind is trapped in an alternate reality. In her world, nothing's wrong. Everything's good. At least that's the facade she want to put out. So, and it doesn't help that she's got a bunch of yes men around her, not telling her the right thing. They don't help at all. I'm gonna have to do it on my studio, but I will make you a mod, Miss Manny. I thank you for that. That warms my heart. I should take that as an honor. I'm pretty sure mine was an accident. No, yours was not an accident, Laura. Bob, too psychotic to crack. Yeah, no, she gonna crack. She gonna crack. Let's see. We'll get some more comments in. I thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you guys listen. I had a good time. We always have good live here. I hate that I couldn't do one yesterday, because when I do a live and I have so much juicy information to give, then it's just kind of like a long one. I'm gonna try to also just do separate vids to break this up a little bit as well. But y'all, this is priceless. And I just, like I said 2 years ago, I will be very, very cautious if I were you all in Dolton and Thornton. I even said, if you got to go to those food drives, when she put out that flyer about the one for Easter, first thing I said was, y'all go get that stuff. It's y'all's anyway. You don't have to talk to her. You don't have to like her. Just pop the trunk and tell them put the food box in the trunk and keep rolling. And guess what happened? You had a couple of people in the interview actually pop the trunk. 2 of the ladies was like, she's awful. We're just here to get this food. Yeah, get the food. It's yours. I mean, you know, Chicago Food Depository made sure it went to Thornton Township, and she just put it in a box with her name on it because she's a narcissist and just kind of gave them away. You ain't got to like her. Just go pop the trunk. You can do a hand signal. Just tell them to put it in the back and then drive off. Say your grace 3 times though before you cook that food, because it looked like it had been sitting out there for a while. I don't know how cold it was up there, but yeah, go pick up them boxes of food. It's there. It's y'all's. You know. So yeah, boxes. Yeah, that's why I showed you the payroll for him. Absolutely, I appreciate it. Thank you. I really want to get my hands on that preliminary arson report for that facility. So, and you guys, I appreciate it. This weekend, Tiff is gonna party like a rock star. So people of Dolton Thornton need to lock their doors. She already started with the roof being on fire at one joint, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. It wasn't a fire, it was a combustion. I'm telling you all, please look at videos of buildings combusting versus a building on fire. You're gonna see a very visual and audible difference. You can hear the boom, the explosion, because of the energy in that. Whatever fueled that fire that quick, it just boom. That's not like a normal fire, you know, doesn't have that, you know, like something, unless something explodes. There's a big difference. I encourage you all to please at least look up a combustion and watch a video of a building combusting versus a building burning. And that fire had to be so hot, it incinerated cars. That's how hot that fire had to be. The heat of that fire was probably beyond, you know, the damage that a normal regular fire can do, because obviously it has some additives added to that, some extra ingredients and materials in that. I really wish the building owner, where's he at? Because only he could really say what was in there that could have, you know, that can at least rule out whether or not there was just materials already in the property that added to the combustion, or whether or not, okay, if nothing was in there, then somebody put something in there to give for it to combust like that. And why his building? You know, why his business? Like, of all the ones she targeted and retaliated against, why that one? That's kind of, you know, because I highly doubt he was the first person to actually file a FBI complaint. He was one of many. But I know he was one of the first ones that was bold enough to say it on national television that he talked to the FBI. But he was not the only one that talked to the FBI in the beginning. So why his building in particular? That's kind of my question in my mind. But Tina, okay, cool. Got your they look like, yep. I mean, we're reading the information, y'all. Courts don't operate on conspiracy theories. Bam, 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 bam. Y'all, if he get, I swear, if Siggy, come on, Siggy, his ass gets asked a question on the bench, and he even looked like he trying to say, "Bam, I'm gonna fall out." As a matter of fact, it would be funny as hell if they actually played that part of that video of him saying that, and be like, "Siggy, is that you, sir, saying bam, bam, bam? Can you just demonstrate that for the court?" He gonna sit there like, for real. Yeah, you look as stupid as you sound, Siggy. Bam, 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 bam. Fuck out of here. You don't even know what the hell he talking about. He had no idea, Tommy G, what you were talking about. None. No idea at all. If he was smart, he would not be a criminal. You know, because criminals are stupid. God. Gotta start calling keep my fat boy sleep my way. You know what? What's going on with him? He's stressed out. He's still an awful person. He has a bad attitude. I just, you know, and he's consistent with that. He picks and chooses who he wants to be an asshole towards. He has yet to apologize to Chris and Gonzalez talking about y'all full of shit. No, you're full of shit and honey mustard sauce. You kidding me? Get out of here. Yeah, you got cheeses walking on nachos and Doritos all day. Sitting here talking about somebody else full of shit. Goodbye. Crazy. Hey, Prima. You read my mind. Thank you all so much. Listen, we always have fun here. They cook the books. Yeah. Let's see. There's a near identical exploding garage on YouTube by Fox 17. Okay, yeah, check that out. See, and that's what I'm saying. There's a huge difference between the fire and a combustion. It is. It's huge difference. Huge difference. And now you got super stupid running around here acting like, nothing matters to her. She doesn't care if she's making it worse for herself. You put out a banner. They need to garnish her check for that. Who paid for this? This better not show up on a warrant list. When y'all have y'all next meeting, y'all ask about that specific banner. Babe Solo, make sure you post up a photo of that. Post that photo up. Because that needs to come out of her check. There are so many things they could try to do and implement under, the course of color of law that a ordinance or regulation rule, something will allow them to do where they can garnish her check for that banner. Because you're not going to be the mayor or supervisor definitely after May 15th, 19th. Why go out of your way to have that made? I'm telling y'all, she's not going to transition. She's not going to transition. I think she's going to turn in everybody to get charges reduced. Yeah, she will. As a matter of fact, they all going to play each other. Siggy, Squidworth, Potato Head, Freeman. They all going to play each other. They're going to be in there testifying against each other. It's going to be a madhouse in that courtroom. It's going to be something else. Oh, my God. I want to say thank you all. Let me go through a lot of comments here. You guys, I'm sorry if I didn't get to your comment because I just want to make sure I at least scroll down and see some of them. I want to give a shout out to, once again, all the people who have donated, gifted memberships. I thank you so much for your support, for the supers. Thank you, Laura. Mike, thank you. People who are always giving here, I appreciate your support. And I thank you all for tuning in with me. Hey, Saint. Hey, RTs. Renee Tauber, how you doing? No, he didn't say here. Say your grace 3 times. Yeah, you have to pray over that stuff before you cook it. And then again before you eat it. You really want God to bless that. Goodness. We'll send out all day. You think on inauguration day she's going to crash out? I think she's slowly crashing out. And it's just, people taking their time trying to come to realization of that. And then you got the goon squad making it worse by sitting here talking about, well, she's still the mayor until Monday. Who gives a if she's derelict of duties and not coming to meetings, she's not actually executing her job duties. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whether the inauguration is Monday, next week, 2 weeks from now, next month, doesn't matter. She's still not showing up at the meetings. Why is she being paid is the question. Don't defend the stupidity, because any other person that fails to show up for a meeting, those same goon squads would not want that person to get a paycheck. They would certainly want that person's wages to be garnished. If any other person were to come in, if Jason House would have did half the shit she did, they would have hung him at the stake. They wouldn't have shown him any mercy. But yet and still, when it comes to her, what she did, it's not her fault. No, it is her fault. Most of this is her fault because no trustee made her catch a direct criminal contempt of court charge. So either way, thank you all for tuning in. I thank you all so much. I appreciate all of you. You guys, make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out. Check out the replay gang. I appreciate you all. Look out tomorrow for some videos. I'm gonna break this down a little bit. I'm gonna leave the whole stream up. You know, we're hitting 2 hours 25 minutes. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. There's a lot of YouTubers out there in the world, but you guys chose to rock with me, and I am ever grateful for that. You guys make sure you get some rest. I got to get up in the morning, take my child to school, go to the office, cry about it. I thank you all for all of your support. Be on the lookout for a video for hopefully the FOIA request that I put in between the FBI for that subpoena, and FOIA request that I put in for the body camera footage of the police officer with Squidward, that domestic dispute. Yeah, I'm waiting on that body camera footage to come in. Hopefully it's at least a police report we can check out. That's going to be available to the members. I told you all. Members going to get all the good stuff. All right. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a good night. Until the next one. Lady Look out. Deuces.